Hello, hello, hello. Great evening, great morning, great day from wherever you are calling in, zooming in, viewing in across this world. So, whether you are here with us in the live studio or whether you are on the replay, I am excited for you because we're about to tell you how to get this money, 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 so that we don't have to do it in unscrupulous ways like they were talking about in that song. Okay. So definitely, this is how to one chapter in your book into a cash infusion for your business. And so you see the jumping money bag, right? That money is like, ah. So if you're here with me live, please do communicate. Let me know you want some jumping money in your bank account. You want that money to jump into your bank account. Say yes, yes. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that we are in the right room, child. Because if you don't want that money jumping in your bank account, I just don't know. Because I want the big money bag jumping in my bank account. And so, who am I? I am Dr. Stevie. Yes, Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills. I am a 28-time author, you all. I never thought that I would be an author, never really envisioned that for myself. But 28 books later, and I just released the announcement that I'm coming out with another book, and then I have some other books in the works. So we'll be well over 30 by the time I retire from this author life. As you can see in this picture, I am a graduate of the amazing, incredible North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, also known as North Carolina A&T. I have a BA in public relations, a MS in human resources, and the doctor part comes in because I have an honorary doctorate in leadership. I have over a decade of being an entrepreneur. Honestly, I have on October 21st, it will be 13 years. I never wanted to be an entrepreneur either. Go figure. God just has graced me for this, and I am here and loving this journey, honestly. So I also am a podcaster on Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and more. My podcast is called The Conversation with Stevie. And so I also am an Amazon influencer, among other things, but that just tells you some of the income streams that I've tapped into from being an author. So I have an assignment for y'all. I need you to go to bit.ly, get your cash quiz. That is the first assignment. I need y'all to do that so that you can make sure that you are, making it happen. So we're going to give you about 5 minutes to go there so that you can make sure that we are on the same page. And I need your results. This is very important. Even if you've seen this quiz before, even if you've taken it before, it's time to take it again with new perspective, because I am going to do some real-time, real-life coaching with you all as part of knowing exactly what you need to tap into. So what we're going to do is to allow you just a few moments to go to that link. And when you're done, please say that you're done so that we'll know, okay? In the meantime, we're gonna make sure that you are also letting me know how many books you have, how long you've been an author as well when we come to this part. So I am excited about this because it's going to tell you exactly the amount of money, not the amount of money, but just what you need to do to make the most money in your business based on your personality. So I love this quiz. It is amazing, and it requires some crowd participation. So that's going to happen in just a few moments. Yes, 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 yes. We are going to that quiz now. And for those of you catching on the replay, we want you to go to the quiz too, because it's going to give you some dynamic results. And if you're on the replay, guess what? You can still email me your results, stevie@stevie.com. You just need to know how to spell my name correctly. Stevii@stevii.com. And so what happens with that is that we are going to take a moment to do this quiz. It should not take us long here in the studio, but we want to do that so that we can have precise notes for that. So when you are finished, definitely place done in the chat so that we'll know you are done. And so just to give you some background music, which is my voice, I want to tell you that I went from $800 to multiple six figures in the midst of the pandemic. And less than 11% of all businesses will ever make six figures in their business. And that is black, white, green, yellow, male, female, whatever. Most businesses do not make six figures. Black women normally make $24,000 yearly in our business. $24,000 yearly in our business. So those are some alarming stats. The first time I hit six figures, my friend who I call the wealth whisperer let me know that I had six. She was like, girl, you broke the stats. I was like, what? And she told me these numbers. So you definitely want to keep that in mind, because if you are an author like you all are tonight, then you have multiple six figures at your midst. And tonight we're going to talk about how to turn one chapter into cash. All right, Aisha is done. Yes. So what result did you get, Aisha? What did it say? What was the name of it? Was it problem solver, motivator? What was it? Let me know, please. Let me know. All right. So that is important, that less than 11% of all businesses will ever make six figures, because we are going to decompress and problem solver. And so in the problem solver, it tells you exact things that you can do to make the most money based on your personality. So that is okay, problem solvers. Y'all better go ahead and be problem solvers up in here tonight. That's good. That's good. So we have problem solvers in the building. So y'all know. Let me see. Y'all know, no. And I love it because a lot of people who I hang out with and who are in my circle are problem solvers. So y'all are in great company. That's not the one I got, but y'all are in great company. That's how my tribe rolls. So it says, we suggest collecting your knowledge in ebooks and digital products so others can learn as they need without requiring you to always be present. And then strategic coaching would also be a great fit for you, as you see small details overlooked by others. This is great. So when we get to the part about you making the money, then you'll see why this is important. Okay. We're going to talk tonight about it factor income. It is the money that's made when you understand how to tap into the gifts that God has cultivated inside of you. It allows you to work with who you want, when you want, and how you want. It allows you to remove perfection and add fun into your life. So it is based on you being you. So the more, even though we have two problem solvers in the building and lots of problem solvers in my tribe, then all of those problem solvers are different. So that's what separates you. And when you turn that up and you turn into the strategy that you are in problem solvers, or for me, I'm a motivator. So I like to get things done quickly and get it done like one stop shop. That's what I like to do. I like to move on. I don't like a whole lot of details. That's not me. So when you're able to do that and step it up to the next level of greatness, then you are somebody who is changing the game. So that's what we have there. All right, you guys, we're going to talk about this math, okay? So let's do some math. $10,000 is easy to create once you have the right invitation and place it in front of the right people. Why the number 10,000, Dr. Stevie? Because if you take six figures, which is $100,000 to break six figures, you divide that into 12 months, you get like $8,333, something like that. I like nice round numbers, so I always say 10,000. And so the goal is 10,000. Frequency depends on you. The same energy is used to create $10,000 in a day, week, month, or even a year. One person invests in $10,000 equals 10,000. Two people invest in 5,000 equals 10,000. 10 people invest in 1,000 equals 10,000. 20 people invest in 500 equals 10,000. So the right invitation, you have the power to decide what you ask people to invest in. Make it something that you want to offer them. In this season, I love that it's best to have one invitation that you absolutely love instead of several that you just like. If you honed your whole business down to one thing, what would it be? So what would it be? And according to the quiz that our studio audience took, they should suggest collecting their knowledge in ebooks and digital products. Yes, that's 2 products, but also strategic coaching, which is another one. So you can look at doing ebooks, you can look at digital products, or you can look at strategic coaching. And to get that 10K, it just depends. And so the next thing we're going to talk about in just a moment is the chapter in your book. So what I want our studio audience to do, and what I want the replay viewers to do, is to think about that one chapter that resonates with you the most in your book. Or if you have multiple books, choose one book, one chapter. And for the studio audience, please put that in the chat. What is that one chapter? What is it about? All right. So the right people, you have the power to decide who you want to serve. The right people from your invitation are the people who say yes to you, whether it's to a free offer or a paid offer. If it's free, people say yes with their time. If it's paid, people say yes with their money. Visibility plus credibility equals cash. The more visible you are, the more credible you become, and the more cash you make. Visibility is the art of being seen. It is how people resonate with your brand. Is the visual part. Is your brand more playful? Is it serious? Is it the color and aesthetics that you use? How are you projecting yourself to people? Is it resonating with your personality? And so the credibility part is that know, like, and trust part. And cash, we all know what cash is, or we wouldn't be here, okay? And so when you increase your visibility and your credibility, your money will increase. The great thing about being an author is that you already have built-in credibility. Why? Because people trust books. People believe that when you have something in a book, that it is game-changing and move-making. So we have Aisha here in the studio. She said, all my books are anthologies. My chapters typically deal with responding to godly revelation, inner healing, and godly business. So if we know that, then we can take one chapter of that and base your whole business around that so that you can truly tap into those digital products, strategic coaching, and digital and ebooks, right? So we understand that your chapter is based on inner healing and godly business. Then to me, it sounds like you need to help people create strategy, because that's your strong point of creating strategy on how to have a healthy and whole business. Because a lot of times people leave out the whole thing of healthy and whole. They might have a business, but they're missing the strategy. And because I know part of your skill set, Aisha, I definitely would help those people in a different way. So maybe not so much the services that you might be currently offering, but taking that one chapter, whatever the chapter is called in the anthology, and saying, this is my XYZ coaching package. Like, tell me one of the chapters that you have, the name of it. All right. So if you honed your whole business down to one group, who would they be? And so we have to look at that as well. Who are the group of people that you want to have that for? So that's for everybody, whether you're live or on the replay. Who are you talking to? So my people are Christian women who are authors, speakers, and coaches. Those are my people, right? That does not mean that you can't help XYZ group of people who, like for me, I can help men, I can help non-Christians, but when I set my target, it is on Christian women who are authors, speakers, and coaches. So let's talk about some of these strategies here. All right. And Thank you, Indiana. She says, I create self-help journals to help women heal and grow in Christ. All of my journals are strategy and biblical principles for different subjects like self-love, self-worth, rejection, abandonment, fear, etc. So from the journals, because we have these different things, and she said strategy and biblical principles, then we can have that one, whatever that one chapter is, and we can hone in on that. So for example, there are different subjects. So maybe you do something just strictly based on self-love and take it to the next level. So maybe you have strategy coaching based on self-love. Then if you want to change up rejection, abandonment, fear, these are all different topics, which means they're all different income streams. They don't have to be like, just because it's a journal, just one thing. So Aisha says, no fear, no shame, keep going. So she could have her strategy coaching to have no fear, no shame, keep going. So maybe she packages that all up and calls it the healthy, holistic, heart-filled business or something like that. How to have a no stop, no excuses business, right? Because she's talking about no fear, no shame, keep going. So we have to look at that. And in that chapter, I'm sure she may have sub chapters that, like, even, you know, if you wanted to do a 90-day program, you can take no fear and figure that out for 30 days, have programming on that, no shame, take that, do a 30-day program. And then this is all in one program because it's 90 days, but 30 days on no fear, 30 days on no shame, and 30 days on strategies to keep going, right? So strategic coaching based on this one chapter so that you can make sure that you're having that. So it's not just one chapter staying dormant in somebody's book, but it literally is creating cash because people need strategy and they need coaching. So therefore, you can also take that one chapter and create a digital product. So you can have like a home study course or a webinar or something like that that people invest in so that you have that. So even if you want to do a no fear November and have some programming across that and really have 30 days of activities where people can come and they show like, okay, I'm crossing this off my list. I'm going to not have fear in this. Or no shame November, whatever you want to. So you could do like October, November, December, and then set them off into a new month, a new year. So it depends on what you want to do, but I'm trying to set you all up to kind of play with these things, right? And so these are the click to cash strategies here. Your ebooks, your memberships, your digital classes, your virtual events, your coaching, affiliate sales, and virtual speaking engagements. So with that, you know, we talk to our problem solvers here in the audience, and they have ebooks, digital classes, or coaching that they can do, right? So each of these things, even though it's a coaching package, you can create the same things with your ebooks and create a 10K program just from that. So see, this is how we have to look at what's the chapter. We can't, and Aisha says, I love that. We have to look at what the chapter is and take from that. You know, even the part of it where Indiana said, okay, I create journals. The journals now can become a living, breathing document because people need to take these words off the book, off the journal, and do something that's action-based towards it. So we have to look at what this is and start doing it from that, and realizing that you can take each of these individual things and start creating the 7 streams of income, because the whole thing that you want to do is to take the basis of your business and create 7 streams of income from that, instead of saying, I'm gonna make waffles, or I'm gonna make clothes over here, and start dividing all the stuff. You take whatever the basis of your business and your book is, like our ladies here have told us about, they help pretty much Christian women live better lives with that. And you take it and you create one stream of income, that's an ebook, or another stream of income, that's a membership, another stream of income, that's a digital class, another stream of income, that's a virtual event, another stream of income, that's coaching, another stream of income, that's affiliate sales, another stream of income, that's virtual speaking engagements. So you take these things, you you don't like reinvent the wheel. You drive the car with the information that you already have in your chapter because you've written the content for it. You don't have to take this and do something else. But with her chapter that she wrote, Aisha, she said about her no fear, no shame, keep going. The chapter is already written, therefore her content is already written. Therefore her coaching program is already written. Because she has the content, she's able to take that and just package it differently. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So what we're gonna do now, because that's the content, you guys, like that is the thing. What I want you all to do, I'm gonna put you in some pods for a moment, and I want you guys to start crafting these things. So I'm going to open up some breakout rooms for you two so that you can have some time to just think about what it is that you want to do with this new information. And then we're going to come back and we're going to dive a little bit deeper in it. But I don't believe in giving so much instruction that you're weighed down. I'm about to pause the recording for those of you who are watching the replay while these ladies go into their separate pods and they start brainstorming, because the thing I know for sure is I could give you all this information, but then you get home and don't do nothing with it. No, we're implementing. So I'm going to pause the recording. And those of you on the replay, y'all take this time to do it as well. Y'all take this time to implement, okay? So what the instruction is, once we go into our separate rooms, is to make sure that you are taking 30 minutes to really write out some instructions. So once you've taken the quiz, like our ladies here have taken the quiz, they know exactly what they need to offer, right? They know based on their personality what's going to make the most sense. Now we're going into our quiet time so that we can make sure that we're coming out with a plan. We want to make sure that we are actually implementing so that at the end of this, we'll have something concrete that we can turn into money based on our chapters. So the easy way to do it is to take your chapter, take your idea for income generation, and then start making it happen. So the chapter we know, or the like Indiana has journals, so the topic we know is already there. Now it's time to fill in the gray areas. So let me pause this. We'll be back. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So now, whether you've been live or on the replay, you had the opportunity to have some time to really dig deep inside of what your quiz results were. So we weren't just taking quizzes to be cute. We were taking quizzes because this is a viable way to make money based on what it is that you're going to produce the most. Because one thing I understand for sure is that you're going to be in a place and space to do it in a sustainable way when you're having the most fun doing it and it resonates with you the most. So what I want to really do right now is to hear about what you did in the breakout room. So welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And so in studio, we have Indiana and we have Aisha, and I want to hear from these ladies to see what they cultivated and created in the 30 minutes they had. So Indiana, please do unmute. Let me see. Go ahead and unmute and tell us what you came up with. I think it's going to allow you. There you go.
One of my journals is called Embrace Your Healing.
Can we get a little bit more volume? I'm not sure what you're low.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit more. I could hear when you and I were talking, I could hear you, but I can't. It's low. I'm not sure if it's low for Aisha or if it's just me, but it's low to me. Do you have a head? It may be, I'm not sure. Yeah, she said it's low. So
can you hear me now?
It's better.
I'm talking low too, so maybe that's what it is. You can't hardly hear me. Can you hear me now better?
I can hear you better, yeah.
Okay. One of my journals is called Embrace Your Healing, and within one of those sections is a section about doing some type of self-examination to face where you are in life and what you want, so that you can be able to begin your healing process. So in doing that, what I want to do is kind of a mini workshop around that, just kind of showing them how to go about that first self-examination, how to begin the healing process through journaling. So it would kind of be like a writing workshop with it, and then go from there with that. Having a couple of exercises, some different techniques in there to break that down, having some little 10 to 15 minute writing sessions in there, to where they can begin to utilizing the prompts that I have in the journal to begin to write out what actually healing is and what it looks like for them in their current state where they are right now. So being in the moment and being mindful of that is what I would do with that first workshop.
Awesome. One thing that came to mind for you in my mind is really when you said self-examination, I think you could partner with some organizations that do breast examinations, and you can talk about the side that you talk about, and also they can talk about their side, and they could bring awareness to women, and you probably could get sponsorship for that. Are you there?
Yes, I never thought about that. That's a good point too, with that. Doing the self-examination. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you can do that live or virtual. So, I would think about that as well. And of course, with book sales being there too.
Right. Okay.
That's what I would do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Aisha. Oh, I have to unmute you. Sorry. This thing. Hold on, darling. There you go.
Hey, can you hear me? I don't know which I'm going to do first. And I never considered unpacking what's in the chapter to creating a program behind it. So I think what I want to do is probably a virtual event, kind of like when I did Success before, and funnel that into a digital course like in Teachable, Samcart, or something like that, where not just myself, but others talk about, historically, especially women of faith, if you had any type of past, there's shame that's attached to that. And women feel like they can't step forward or be as vocal because people are forever bringing up their past. And so I feel like when God has redeemed you, restored you, if you're healed, don't stop there. And matter of fact, be an example. So I think I want to cater it around that, but then roll that into a digital course with adjunct teachings and how to overcome, how to heal, how to process, strategy to create your business or tap more into your passion, things of that nature. So I think that's the way I want to funnel that.
I think that's great. And another thing that came up for me, for you, is definitely to do something where I'm not sure if you've ever seen people do this before, but partnering with other people who are kind of like in the same vein as you, but don't teach the exact same thing. And you can create a bundle together so that you can have it where, like, for example, if we all taught the same thing and get some more people, we all put our program together. I send you my link, Indiana will send you her link, and whoever else would send their link. We package it together and then we sell it individually. So some people have done it where there's a buy-in, some people have done it where it's not, but that's one thing that you can do.
I like that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I know that a lot of 8-figure, 9-figure coaches, your Dean Garazis, your Shanda Sumters, they all get together. They're like, hey, I'm pitching a program, come teach to my audience for free. And then when they buy a step up, I'll give them a link to your program at a discount, or we'll split the cost of whatever they buy. So I do see that working. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, I think that could be very cool. You all definitely understand that we are embarking on the fourth quarter right now. At the time of this recording, we're embarking on the fourth quarter very, very quickly. So think about your holidays, think about your awareness times, think about those different things that are happening so that you can tie that in your marketing, right? So that's what I would suggest. And right now, what I want to do is to do some Q&A, right? I've told you what I believe. You all have come and done some brainstorming for what you can work on. But now I want to parlay this into some Q&A for you, so that if there are any questions that you have, I want you to leave the space empty. So for those of you who are on the replay, of course, you can't do a live Q&A with us. However, you can email me, stevie@stevie.com, stevii@stevii.com, and we can do the Q&A that way. So what questions do we have, ladies? Y'all don't have any questions? I know Aisha had to go to Bible study, but Indiana, do you have any questions?
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. I guess when it comes to one of my things has been planning out the workshop, so to speak. So trying to come up with how I'm going to plan it out, because it's going to be brief. It's going to be, one specific lesson in a journal. It's just been my thing. Probably overthinking it, but when it comes to it, so yeah. Okay,
So planning it out, meaning like a timeline for the event itself, or tell me a little bit more.
Just a timeline for the workshop, because it'll be a mini workshop that I'll do, and that's something that I wanted to do for each of my journals, just to have a little a mini workshop on each one.
So how long are you thinking to do it? Like, what would the duration be?
Probably about an hour and a half max for each one.
And are you looking to do the bulk of the teaching? Are you looking for them to actually do some work? What are you looking for them to do?
Both. Definitely will be some interactive going on. Not just doing a lot of teaching, but interacting with them within it as well.
Perfect. So I would say definitely, the pods do work. You can, depending on how you want to do it, if you want them to be interactive, in that you can definitely have them working together as a group, or individually, or, I would start at the top teaching, then do some breakout type stuff, because the way that your content is definitely is more like heartfelt sharing, if that makes sense. You're talking more about the personal person of you. Definitely I would do something to break the ice, to make people feel comfortable, because they are going to be, telling more about themselves versus a business. So definitely do something like that to just warm them up, and of course, do your housekeeping as far as this is a safe environment. Whatever we say here is not going to go outside this room. Make sure that they feel comfortable. And then, just go into whatever you want to teach. And definitely, by that time, you can think about one thing. Like when I did an event in 2020 called The Bridge, I would do breakout rooms, and they would have fun in the breakout rooms. They would come out with a whole lot of different stuff, things that wasn't even on my agenda, but it really, there are women now in 2022 who you can ask about the event and it was life-changing for them. So I see it something like that where they feel they came to your event and they really sparked something within them, encourage them to be connected to each other outside that space. You might even want to do like some sort of time in your schedule where they do get connected, where maybe somebody in their city or state, that type of thing, because I think when they leave your event, you want them to feel uplifted and everything that your journal would give them. So I think like maybe 30 minutes of teaching, breakout event, networking event, then or networking time, breakout, icebreaker time included in that, then maybe some more teaching, and then another icebreaker. I'm using the word icebreaker loosely because that's a corporate term, but it doesn't have to be corporate. It could be something fun, like I play, and you could Google this, like breakout or networking events for women ministry or something like that. They have a lot of them.
Okay. Yeah, I had started with that too, in it, the icebreaker and the prayer and the meditation and all of that, and then go into a lesson and then another breakout with that. So I had started writing that down too.
Mm-hmm. And I think from there, you could even of course have depending on if you want to do the event itself free or ticketed, include your book in the ticket if you do it ticketed. That's what I would do. What other questions do you have?
That's about it. I guess marketing, just finding the right people. That's why I was probably going to start with just a couple of free ones to get them out there. And then the upsell, of course, would be the book for now until I kind of get myself out there, etc. with it to build an audience with it.
I think marketing definitely give it virtual 2 weeks, at least 2 to 4 weeks. Definitely, even if you didn't have anybody in your database right now, you could still rock it out with starting live streams, really starting to talk about the content, really start the emails, really, even on Clubhouse. I'm not sure if you do a lot on Clubhouse, but it's a great resource. Just start talking about it. Decide how many people you want to be there. Get in the inboxes of people. Have specific conversations about this. Really tap into the people who've already supported you with this journal. Tell them to bring one of their friends. I would do I personally would do something like girls' night out type situation. Tell them to bring their friends. Come. You don't want to I don't know. You don't want to something alone. You don't want to get empowered alone or something like that. Really focusing on that. That way, if you could get them to bring their friend, that's less marketing that you have to do, So.
Okay.
When are you looking to do it?
I haven't set a date yet. So I haven't set a date yet. Still thinking about it. planning it out, etc. Once I plan it out, then I can set out with that. But I
And you
haven't.
want to do it virtual or live?
It'll be virtual. Definitely virtual.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the fact that people are, their kids are going back to school. Mom's going to need a break soon. So even tapping into that in your marketing.
Right. Okay.
You have any other questions?
No, I don't.
Okay, awesome. Well, we have reached the end of our time, everybody. I'm super excited. I know that we have lots of people who could not make it to the live studio tonight who got this on the replay. So we love our replay viewers. Definitely super excited for the people who did come tonight, and I was able to get into their business literally and figuratively, and really I want to be able to help you all take this. And the cool thing about this, listen, the cool thing about this is we've done this for one chapter specifically tonight, but there are other chapters in your books. So the same way that you're doing whatever you're creating for that one chapter, you can do it over and over and over again, which means that you can make more money over and over and over again. So how you do anything is how you do everything. So we created, events tonight, which was fun. I love events. We created events, we created workshops, we have coaching coming up, all kinds of different things we talked about. But just because you did that for this one thing, next time you want to launch something different, just take another chapter and do the same thing. It's not that we're reinventing the wheel. We already have the content, right? And so as authors, we already have the content. That's exciting because you don't have to start from scratch. Just like, we heard Indiana tonight talk about the journals, and I used to talk about her chapters and anthologies, which I love. These two very distinctive differences in the types of books. Not only can they sell their products, but they also can take each of these things and create content from it for a digital product or an event or coaching or whatever. So the quiz results that we started with are very important because it's going to tell you exactly what's going to make the most sense for your personalized business based on your personality. So I look forward to seeing this stuff. Like, get it out the mud, tag me in it. Let me know when you're producing this stuff. Maybe I want to pull up. And don't be afraid to invite me as a speaker. I speak well, okay? So I want to make sure that you all are just taking this content and turning it on its head. Take it, play with it, try something, do something. That's how you do it. Like, for example, my book, Click to Cash, I have not only Click to Cash events, not only Click to Cash classes, not only Click to Cash camp, but I have an anthology series called Click to Cash. I also have a solo book called Click to Cash. I also have Click to Cash conference, which I'll probably be producing in 2023. So I have all of these things that are tied to the same mission. Yours doesn't have to be named after your book, but it's going to be focused on the same mission so that when people see what it is that you're doing, see how you're coming across, you are able to say that you are known for this thing. When people think of how to make money online, I want them to think directly of me. So I thought of something catchy, Click to Cash. God downloaded it. And now it's become a movement. It's become so much because I'm always talking about it. So whatever you do, however you name it, whatever you call it, make sure that you are the hottest marketer out there on the game. You are the one who is telling about it. Even if you're not like a vocal person like myself, make sure you're writing it. Make sure you're hashtagging it. Make sure that you are wearing the t-shirt, rocking the hat, whatever it is to get your brand out there. And one thing, one of my great friends and coaches, Taria Vision Avant, said, and she said she used to be an introvert. Because I know some of us, not me, but some of people are introverts. But it's okay because introvert is just a state of mind, y'all. It does not mean that you're shy. It just means that you get your energy differently. I get my energy from being around people. Other people get their energy from themselves. So we have to abolish the excuses that we may have. And we just have to get out here and really realize that if we want to have a 6-figure business or 10K months, 20K months, then we have to make sure that you are the person who is talking about your business the most, whether it be verbally, whether it be written, whether it be, in heart and speed. And you have to be top of mind, specifically online, because you want to make sure that you're taking it to the next level. So some of the things I want to talk to you about before you leave are ways in which you can increase your online visibility. Because again, I said visibility plus credibility equals cash. Most of the people who connect with me don't have a credibility issue, right? You do not have a credibility issue. You are probably the best person in the PTA board, or you're the best person in the church, or you're the best person in your community. You don't have a credibility issue. The problem is nobody knows that you are doing the great work you're doing. You have a visibility issue. So one thing you can do, definitely, I am a great fan of Clubhouse, you guys. Utilize Clubhouse. Why? Because nobody has to know you on that app. People resonate with themes and topics on Clubhouse. So you can have a room named after your book, or even a club named after your book. Like I have the Click to Cash crew. Not only on Clubhouse, but on Telegram and on Facebook, I've Click to Cash crew. Why? Because I'm building a brand. You can have whatever you want it to be named, but you want to create topics resonating with your book, right? We want to make sure that you are always top of mind when it comes to that. Another thing that you want to do, and these are trends, right? It may be here, but social audio is not going anywhere. I can promise you that. Short video, like short form video, is not going anywhere. I can promise you that. It may be different apps depending on when you're listening to this, but these are the current apps. Let me preface that, because social media is ever changing. But TikTok, Reels, whatever it is that you want to call it, is short form video. Even Facebook has Reels now. So you can get on there with your book and you can just start reading. Like my book, I could get on there and just read this and talk about, and because I have sub chapters in my book, I could just read this one thing. This one sub chapter could be a whole class, workshop, whatever I want it to be. I could read directly from the book. Of course, you want to show them the fly cover, right? You want to make sure they see this. And you want to make sure you say, go to clickthecashnow.com to get the book, right? You want to have a call of action. And most the reels, whether it be Facebook, whether it be YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, they give you the opportunity. Most accounts, like my account, I can talk for up to 90 seconds on the reel. So you want to make sure that you're taking the opportunity to speak from your book so that people can see you have it, right? They want to know how you got that. They want to know that information. So that's another way. Again, make sure that you are building your email database. Why? Because we don't own any of these platforms. I always say Mark could get mad and Paul could get pissed. Who is Mark? Mark Zuckerberg owns Instagram and Facebook. Who is Paul? Paul and Rohan, they own Clubhouse. They could shut down their apps anytime they want to. And all the great relationships that you've built could be gone. So you want to build your email database. Why? Because you are building this platform, this business for a reason, and you want to be able to stay connected to your connections, right? So those are some ways that you could easily implement right now. There are 100 million zillion ways to get out there and market, but the basic thing is to really understand that you have to tell people what you have. You have to get out here and tell people what you have, because you are the greatest marketer. And I can say that as somebody who has a PR degree. I know how to market well, but I can't market your product more than you can market it. I'm not as passionate about it. I could pretend all day long, but I'm not as passionate as you are about something that God told you to do. So you have got to come out there and market. I did a speaking engagement earlier today, and the women who came to the speaking engagement, they said, Dr. Stevie, I love your energy. energy is contagious, y'all. And it does not have to be this high energy like I have. It just has to be true energy, authentic energy. They said they were in a room and I was on Zoom and they said, I could feel your energy in the room that I'm in. So the cool thing about that is that when you're authentic and you're showing up as your ideal self, you feel good about what it is that you're doing, you love what it is that you're doing, then you're going to change the game based on that, because people who do business with you are looking for your credibility, your know, like, and trust. They want to know you. They need, for me, some people say they don't have to like you to do business. I gotta like the people I do business with, and they have to trust you. So as we're looking at how to turn your chapter into cash in your business, then you have to make sure that you're passionate about what you're talking about. I'm very passionate about telling people how I went from negative $800 in my bank account to multiple six figures. I'm very passionate about telling people how they can have an online business. I'm very passionate about telling people how to click the cash. I am, because I know what it's done for me. So whatever your business is, whatever your book is, whatever your brand is, you need to be the biggest cheerleader for it. And if you're not, then you need to figure out how you can be or change your topic. It's okay to change your topic. I mean, guess what? In 28 books, I've changed my topic. Now I'm very, very clear on what I do. So I'm not changing anymore. But if God tells me to veer off, I will. So you got to be very clear. You got to be very passionate. You got to be in love with what it is that you do, because that is how you stay consistent. That is how you have a sustainable business. That's how you create this cash, because cash loves energy. The honest answer is that cash loves speed, money loves speed. So the more you can get out here and the more you can do these events, the more you can do these coaching programs, the more you can do this affiliate marketing, whatever, ever, the more quickly you can do it, the more you can get out the mud, the more money is going to go in your bank account. How do I know? Because I'm a living witness of it. It takes you getting up and being very passionate. And there was something that I learned years ago. They said, go ahead and catch on fire so that people from miles around can come and watch you burn, right? That means that get out here, get that fired up energy, get excited about what it is that you're doing, and ask people to pay you. That's the quickest way to get money. That's the quickest way to take the content, because it's not cheap to do a book, y'all. It's not cheap, you know, to make this happen. It takes designers, publishers, editors. We've already done that work, right? And so even if you self-publish and do it yourself, it's still an investment of your time, right? So we have to make sure that we are getting what we need in our investment. So we should be very excited about telling people what is inside of our book. Not even what our book is, but what's inside of the pages of our book. And the moment we can do that is the moment our bank account is going to get that cash infusion. That moment that what you have seen here tonight, doing those 7 streams of income, or even for our problem solvers, I think it was 3 streams of income on your quiz, doing that, implementing that will take you directly to the bank, right? But if we just sit on what we did tonight, it's not going to take you anywhere. That's why we have half hour of implementation time and brainstorming time, because when you get off here, I can't make you do the work, but I'm going to encourage you to do the work. Why? Because I don't want any seeds that you sow to come back unharvested. I want you to have a plentiful, bountiful, amazing harvest. So the more seeds that you sow, the greater the opportunity for you to come back with what it is. I am cheering for you. I'm excited for you. I am overjoyed for you, because I understand that this content that's inside of your book is literally cash that can create the different programs. All you have to do is take the content, package it up, put a price tag on it, and sell it. That's it. It's that simple, y'all. So thank you for being here tonight. Indiana is still in the studio audience with us. Do you have any more questions, Indiana, before we go? I know I just gave y'all some marketing stuff. So do you have any questions?
No more questions for me. Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope that you enjoyed your time here, and I look forward to what you create. You have any comments, any thoughts before we go?
No, not right now. I don't.
Okay.
For your time.
Right.
It was great. It was informative.
Yay. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Now keep me posted on these events because I definitely love what you're doing. So
Thank you.
everybody who is either here live or on the replay, y'all, this is the time. People are looking for things to do. It is about to get cold outside. It's hot right now, right? But even the weather is changing. So these events that are virtual, people want to be there because nobody is going outside when it's cold. Okay. So anyway, I'm so glad that this was informative. I'm so glad that now you are equipped with the tools to succeed. We are out of this piece. Guys, listen, I always end everything I do the same way by saying, make it a great day. Don't have a great day. Make it a great day. Why? Because you, and yes, you too have the power to do so. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.